So I want you to keep in mind when you hear this that the function of religion in Lankhmar is a tenebrous beast that kind of has a will of its own. And I want you to just kind of take in this passage from Fitzlieber as his kind of view on the power of a group of people, everybody of the same belief, everybody of the same will, what they could conjure up together. And I also want you to keep in mind that the person at the very end of the passage that I'm about to play may or may not be a certain wizard that everybody knows.
Isn't it?
Everybody knows.
Muffled drums beat out a nerve-scratching rhythm, and red lights flickered hypnotically in the underground Temple of Hates, where 5,000 ragged worshippers knelt and abased themselves and ecstatically pressed foreheads against the cold and gritty cobbles as the trance took hold and the human venom rose in them. The drumbeat was low, and, save for snarls and mewlings, the inner pulsing was inaudible. Yet together they made a hellish vibration which threatened to shake the city and land of Lankhmar and the whole world of Newon. Lankhmar had been at peace for many moons, and so the hates were greater. Tonight, furthermore, at a spot halfway across the city, Lankhmar's black-togaed nobility celebrated with merriment and feasting and twinkling dance the betrothal of their overlord's daughter to the Prince of Ilthmar, and so the hates were redoubled. The single-halled subterranean temple was so long and wide, and at the same time so irregularly planted with thick pillars, that at no point could a person see more than a third of the way across it. Yet it had a ceiling so low that at any point a man standing tall could have brushed it with his fingertips, except that here all groveled. The air was swooningly fetid. The dark bent backs of the hate-ensorcelled worshippers made a kind of hummocky dark ground, from which the niter-crusted stone pillars rose like grey tree trunks. The masked archpriest of the hates lifted a skinny finger. Parchment-thin iron cymbals began to clash in unison with the drums, and the furnace-red flickerings, ringing to an unendurable pitch the malices and envies of the blackly enraptured communicants. Then, in the gloom of that great slit-like hall, dim pale tendrils began to rise from the dark hummocky ground of the bent backs, as though a white, swift-growing ghost grass had been seeded there. The tendrils, which in another world might have been described as ectoplasmic, quickly multiplied, thickened, lengthened, and then coalesced into questing white serpentine shapes, so that it seemed as if tongues of thick river fog had come licking down into this sub-cellar from the broad-flowing river Lal. The white serpents coiled past the pillars, brushed the low ceiling, moistly caressed the backs of their devotees and source, and then, in turn, coalesced to pour up the curving black hole of a narrow spiral stairway, the stone steps of which were worn almost to chute-like smoothness, a sinuously billowing white cylinder in which a redness lurked. And all the while, the drums and cymbals did not falter for a single beat, nor did the hell-light tenders cease to crank the wooden wheels on which shielded, red-burning candles were affixed, nor did the eyes of the archpriest flicker once sideways in their wooden mask, nor did one mesmerized bent soul look up. Along a misty alley overhead, there was hurrying home to the thieves' quarter A beggar girl, skinny, frail of limb, and with eyes big as a lemur's, peering fearfully from a tiny face of elfin beauty. She saw the white pillar, slug-fat now, pouring out between the bars of a window slit, level with the pavement. And although there were thick, chilly tendrils of river fog already following her, she knew that this was different. She tried to run around the thing, but swift, almost as a serpent striking, it whipped across to the opposite wall, barring her way. She ran back, but it outraced her and made a U, penning her against the unyielding wall. Then she only stood still and shook, as the fog serpent narrowed and grew denser and came wreathing around her. Its tip swayed like the head of a poisonous snake, preparing to strike, and then suddenly dipped toward her breast. She stopped shaking then, and her head fell back, and the pupils rolled up in her lemur-like eyes, so that they showed only great whites, and she dropped to the pavement, limp as a rag. The fog serpent nosed at her for a few moments, then, as though irked at finding no life remaining, flipped her over on her face, and went swiftly questing in the same direction the river fog itself was taking, across city, toward the homes of the nobles and the lantern-jeweled palace of the overlord. Save for an occasional fleeting red glint in the one, the two sorts of fog were identical.
That's from the Fritz Lieber story, The Cloud of Hate. 5,000 fanatical worshippers filled with the bile of pent-up emotion conjure a creature able to stalk across the city. And if that story is pretty cool. It has a really good action sequence near about two-thirds of the way through. That is about as good as any sword and sorcery action sequence can be described. It's total D&D. Pretty cool stuff. But where we are is not in the streets of Lankhmar on that evening, mercifully. It is the daytime, and it is early in the third month of the spring festival. This is the day after the Day of the Chameleon. The festival is in full swing. Arthur, you've had your daytime encounter with the gentleman named Baccae at the Blue Canary. I imagine your comrades were coming back to meet you at some point during the day. I don't know if you had a pre-described time, whether you had agreed on something or left it open.
We cleared all the rooms we know of at the basement of the house.
The basement of the house, yes. And then there's the across the sewer channel. And there was there was a door, and it looked like another passage that continued into the darkness on to the left. Keep in mind, too, that the sewers of Lankhmar are not like our sewers. I think, in my mind, a lot of the waste matter would probably be repurposed. I think in medieval times, for dyeing, and I even know that they used it for making gunpowder. Urine was kept. It was reused for a lot of different things. And I also know that in some places, that they would dry out feces and burn that as fuel. So I don't think that the sewer tunnels of Lankhmar are kind of like ours, where the toilets go right into the sewers kind of thing. I think it's more like a rainwater collection system because of the quantity of rain that the city sees. It's almost always foggy and drizzling, and it's very London-ish. So they had to have a way to deal with that water. And of course, they're right on the edge of the Great Salt Marsh. So they have to have a way for it not to flow into the city. Keep in mind, there's a fair amount of garbage and human waste and animal waste that gets into that water system. But it's not completely specifically meant to drain that kind of stuff. So, as disgusting as it is, it's not like wastewater sewage plant modern times disgusting. And the channel, you're not sure. I don't think anybody ever measured how deep the sewer channel was. I know that in the other instance, when you guys were in a very similar situation, when you were going to the Temple of Tia via the sewers, that channel that you had to go through was about 4 feet deep. And it was probably around the same level of precipitation as you're experiencing this time of year. There is one season where it's a little drier. It's the June, July, August months. And then the rest of the year, it is mostly overcast and rainy. And when it isn't overcast and rainy, it's smoggy and foggy. So you've made yourself a bridge, I think, from the I think some
tables.
Work tables and pop-offs. You're not sure what he was doing down there. Maybe some kind of air quotes workshop of sorts. You've seen some of his handiwork with the skeletons. But I think there was a door there was a section in the basement that you wanted to explore. If Arthur had to guess, based on where he sees that sewer grate and where the buildings are and such, he might place an entrance near a building that would be adjacent to or at the Blue Canary, perhaps. So if you were to make that connection, you could draw your own conclusions from that. One thing Arthur does recall is there was it appeared to be some sort of changing of the guard. 3 men with like a fighting harness, studded leather fighting harness, and a battle axe, openly walked in with the battle axe on their back, which is in certain sections of town is quite illegal, and you get stopped for it. They came walking right in, and they walked right past the bar and into a back room. And then 3 other gentlemen, similarly attired, came out from the back room a couple minutes later and sat down and started having breakfast and a beer, as if their day was over. All the while he's conversing with a gentleman who was making his introductions. Welcome to the neighborhood talk, so to speak.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I know that Arthur is dying to see what's behind those doors.
Did we have a time that we were going to meet?
I imagine you probably would have come up with something between the five of you. I think it was agreed that you did want to do this. I don't know if you still do or not.
Yeah, I believe we agreed to come back here. Probably at like noon, like at some point in the middle of the day.
All right, so Zed probably arrives at the last chance fairly early. He maybe wants to get a little bit of work in just to show Fatty that he's still slightly interested. And he waits for the appointed time with Baccae there till around 11:30 or so. So if he gets there at like 6 or 7 in the morning, he looks like he's had a decent night's sleep, which is a couple nights in a row. Which may or may not have some significance for him. Luna also joins him.
I definitely want to join as well.
Okay.
Good suddenly.
All right. Asami. Maybe wait for Avis and then go over together, or
Yeah, that's a good idea.
we could go over to Avis's place and fetch her and then walk around the long way. It's up to you. It's all just shoe leather at this point. The assuming that Avis joins you at some point, either by you guys going to her place or she meeting you along the way or at the last chance. The festival is in full fettle. The area north of the last chance, it's got a definite vibe to it, as it's almost like it's like the day after Mardi Gras, you know, the day after Fat Tuesday. Everyone's kind of in the morning, kind of like looking around. We did this, okay, all right. There's a few people trying to get it going again. This is definitely a hungover kind of. This is going to be a long few weeks feeling to it. Wall Street's a little more subdued if you want to take that way. It all leads to the same place, though, which is Arthur's neighborhood. Whether Arthur's at home or left a note that he's somewhere nearby, I don't know.
I'd imagine Arthur's at home, just trying to finish up the renovations of his house, try to get it cleaned.
Okay. What were you looking to do specifically? Do you have anything in mind that you wanted to change about it?
Nothing quite yet. Mostly, I just want to get it organized and cleaned, and then start adding to it.
Okay. So just like basically a dusting and a kind of a scrub
Yeah.
here and there. Anything that might
Yeah.
have gone foul.
Yeah, a quick sweep, clearing out the pantries. Yeah, just
All right.
getting it cleaned up before I do anything major to it.
Okay. And I assume your comrades knock. Well, they might just burst right in. I don't know.
This feels like the type of neighborhood where I'd have the doors locked. So I
Okay. So knock on the door.
if Arthur sees that it's the party, he'll let them in.
Okay, yeah. There's a window. I think I described it as a window of glass, like right next to the door, that you can look out. I think it's the window that Naka would have broken one off to the side over by the fireplace, which has since been fixed up.
I was about to say.
Yeah, it got fixed up almost right away by Lord Denal. You can make a perception check for me, Arthur, as you open the door and greet your comrades. All right.
What was that?
Yeah, there's a fair few people mulling around. The neighborhood's busier than normal with the festival.
I'm
you
going
guys-
to assume I'm paying far more attention to the party than them.
Yeah, you see everybody's there, and they're like, "All right, let's. Are we gonna do this? Are we gonna go and?" The last time you guys delved into the sewers, I remember you bought the silver smearduck worth of disposable sewer gear, and then also the anti-plague stuff. I don't know if you still have that on hand, or you want to buy some more, or are you just gonna go with your instincts and cross the bridge as it was. And I'll give you the map, and I'll open the lighting on it. I'll turn the you guys
You
should.
said it's a smear duck for the disposable.
Yeah, it was a smear deck for like almost like hip waders, and like long gloves. You should be able to get a decent idea of where you are. Let me see what you guys can see. Okay. So if I were to move, like, say, put you in the water, that's, you get an idea that there's stuff like that. Just so you guys get an idea of where you are. You're not in the water or anything like that, but
I would hope not. So it's a smear duck for the equipment. How much were the anti-plagues?
let's see here. It was. Where's the items here? There we go. Anti-plague was 50 silver smearducks. It's expensive. Gives you a +5 bonus. +5 alchemical bonus on fortitude saving throws against disease for the next hour. If already infected, you may also make 2 saving throws that day and use the better result if anyone is infected. And there is a like an alchemist right in your neighborhood, right across the street from you, Arthur.
I'll pick up the disposable equipment, but
Okay.
I'm a bit light right now for the anti-plague. I'm just gonna try my best not to get bit by anything that might be carrying something.
Okay.
I don't know what the rest of the party is doing.
Checking my spells.
Are you checking to see if you can combat disease?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I can gain immunity for diseases for a whole 24 hours. But if I do that, I can only do it to 3 people.
And that's your big spell level too, isn't it?
Indeed it is.
Planning.
So, is it worth using it on everybody?
Did I give you guys an overnight rest last time?
I believe so.
I believe so.
think
Too.
so.
No, actually, no. There's still some mage armor on there. Or
I
did you?
just not put that on me.
You just put it on. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I just put that on because
So let's say that you're gonna cast that spell on yourself as soon as you're about ready to cross that bridge.
yeah, once we head into the sewers, I'll cast it. 'Cause
Okay.
it'll last for a decent amount of time.
Okay.
I just put it on myself right now before I forget.
So on the map, I don't know if you guys have played with anything yet. There's a view mode where you can. It's got like kind of a 3D view of everything. It's sort of neat.
View mode?
Yeah. So at the very top of the map, you'll see the zoom to fit, and then view mode is the next one. Toggle camera or token.
Oh.
So if you toggle the camera, you get like a 3D view.
Bizarre.
Yeah, it's interesting. Or if you toggle the mode next to it, it's hard to navigate there. You can kind of this is decent for like flying stuff and things like that. I'm going to go back to the overhead view. You also know that there is if you zoom in a little bit, you know that the whole scroll wheel where you zoom in and out, that's still active. That still works. But that little rosette where you had to kind of get it just so to move the map a certain way is gone, and there's 4 buttons down in the bottom right. Then there's a zoom out and a zoom in button. Also, there is a ping. Hello. Did you see the ping?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's cool. So that's handy for pointing at stuff now. And
How
that's
do we?
okay. So at the very top of the map, right next to view mode toggle token, is ping mode. It's like a circle. And then there's a lot of the other modes that we already had before: selection mode, target enemy units, target friendly units, clear targets.
Ping mode.
Ping mode, yeah.
All right, I did it. Shadow ping.
Do you you have to have that off to move your stuff around, I think. Yeah, when you're in ping mode, everything you touch is a ping, I think. Yeah. Okay. So that's interesting. That's handy for pointing at this and that. Preparations. What kind of stuff did you guys want to do? Anything? Buy the hip waders, just in
Yeah,
case.
we're planning on going into the sewers and by the windows.
Okay.
because it'll be chest waders for me.
Yeah, so yeah, it's basically gear that covers you up to your neck, and then like big heavy leather gloves, so you're not, just in case you go in the water. If your head goes under, it goes under. I mean, you'd have to have special like diving bell gear or something like that, which I'm not sure they have in this technological era to protect yourself. Some sort of magical mask or maybe a spell or something like that, but. This keeps your body from like like a cut or something like that.
We went to somebody and acquired a set of waders.
Yeah, you did. But what you did was you disposed of them to make a quick getaway.
I understand that, but if we go back to that same person, didn't I sell you waders?
Oh yeah,
I need another set.
yeah, absolutely. And there's it's something that anybody can get. There's fishing is a big thing, and people wade out into the Lal or go out into the Great Salt Marsh all the time. So
Sounds good. Just might as well go to the same source, get them again.
all right, the alchemical anti-plague, I'll leave that up to your discretion. It's pretty expensive.
We do. My game's confused because I remember writing it down, but it might be on another character.
Yeah, it was 50 silver smerducks for, let's see here.
I have one.
You have one left already? One left?
Yeah.
That's all right. You should be fine then. See if anybody else has it. Yep. Zed's got one.
Yeah. I think I'll just cast that on myself, assuming we're going to go in the water today, but...
With your little bridge and stuff like that, I think... well, that's new. I don't know what's open and what's closed. Oh, okay. That's cool. Are you guys able to see the door? The door south of Luna, the secret door.
Is there a secret door there?
Yeah, that's the secret door. You guys, you guys came from here, right?
I saw it open up for a moment.
Okay.
Yeah. Close up again.
Yeah, on mine, it shows like an image of an open door, and then a closed door. It's kind of cool. I have to zoom in to see it though, so it's open right now. Anyway, yeah, it's hard to. I have to shift to get you through. So if you want, we can assume that you use the table bridge and everybody gets across.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do something different. There's the iron grate that goes from the ceiling, the vaulted ceiling, which is about 7 feet high. The same as the passage that you went down. It's about 7 feet above the water line. And then you're not sure how deep down it goes. There's iron bars right here. We use ping mode. Oh, that's target mode. It's a different one. Ping mode right here. Iron bars. They are running from the floor to the ceiling. And there's about an 8-inch gap in between them. You also have a door. The door looks like it is in good repair, and it is occasionally used. There's also a lock that goes with that door. It's like a built-in lock.
What's to the north of us?
To the north is
Like this little spot here?
that little spot there. That is the iron rungs built into the wall, the same as the little alcove where the secret door was. Where I'm just going to shift you, just so you can see. Same kind of alcove where the entrance was previous, before this passageway was filled up. So it's the same kind of deal. It's just a bunch of iron, like an iron ladder, basically inset into the wall, and then up above, about total 15 feet or so, you can see the iron grate of the sewer. I guess the sewer hole cover. It is. It's thick iron bars, and there's probably about maybe an inch or two of space in between each one, enough to allow water and smaller trash-like material to flow through. Is where you guys are standing right now is like just a huge burned out pile of trash. It looks like all the cockroaches have scattered or were killed. Most of it's just ash at this point.
You said the door to the left of us has a lock on it?
The door to the left of you has a handle, and there's like a lock beneath it. It's built into the door or the door handle. It's kind of like the old style skeleton key locks under the brass handles, the round turn knob.
Yeah, it's safe to say that the door itself is also locked.
Yeah, Baccae tries it. She's going to check it for... She tries it. She pulls on it. And a little jingle noise. Bing, 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 bing. As like a bell. Can be heard when the door jiggles in the jam.
Is that recognizable as like an alarm?
Yeah, you'd probably say it's some manner of alerting somebody that something was trying to use the door.
Did we get geared up yet, or are we just carrying those waders?
I would imagine you're all ducked out in them.
Yeah, I imagine we got in there once we got into the sewer.
Yeah.
It's not working. I'll fix
We
it.
can wear these with our gear. Too?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Or
It's just
like
basically
armor.
like leather overalls.
There we go.
Oh, gotcha. So it would go over our armor, so it wouldn't mess up.
Exactly. It's kind of like a hip wader kind of deal, but maybe a little more comprehensive.
My apologies for logging in late.
Oh, no worries, Alex. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
We were kind of sitting around, and I thought I'd play them the very first passage from the Cloud of Hate about the throng of worshippers bent down in the low temple, focusing their hate and how it manifested something unearthly.
I don't remember that one.
You'll have to watch the video.
All right, I will.
That was the one where Fafhrd and the Grey Monster kind of figured out they had to cut the silver cord.
Is that the one where the gods cursed them?
No, that was a different one.
I was trying to resolve connection.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I bought a car today and it took a long time.
Oh, nice. A car that you're excited about?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, excellent. Sometimes you buy a car because you have to and it sucks.
No, I I don't know. I had a good year. I'll just say that. And,
Very good. Congratulations.
my daughter wanted me to get something a little more friendly for the environment, so we got a plug-in hybrid. So half
Nice.
car, half hybrid. Yeah,
Very good.
but, she was happy.
Awesome.
Did I miss anything?
I think we're just kind of everybody sort of bought some hip waders just in case somebody fell in the drink, and they're kind of just at the across the bridge.
Back in the sewer?
Yeah, back in the sewer, across the bridge, and I think I had Baccae just try the door. There's a door on the other side where the cockroach swarm when the pile of garbage was, and she tried it, and there's clearly a bell on the other side of the door that rang as she jiggled it to see if it was locked. It's locked, and the bell jiggled, or the bell rang.
Doesn't she have a lock picking?
She does.
Don't know why this isn't resolving.
You may have to do an update.
I did.
Did you?
Before I got on.
Okay, should be all right then.
Yeah. Speaking of lockpicking, with that being said, like once we hear that bell, Arthur just says, "Well, let's hope we don't need an element of surprise then."
So Baccae looks over her shoulder and to Zed and just kind of like, "Do you want me to try to pick this?"
Well, I look at the other people. You want to wait for somebody to come to the door, or you want to pick the lock?
Let's go quickly.
All right. So her first attempt, she kind of fumbles at it. She knows she's under the gun with everything. And she gets it the second time and clicks, and the door opens. Oh, that's cool. All right.
We're still 5, right? Yeah. None of us have gone to 6 yet.
Nope. Let's see here. You guys are.
Not quite.
Where are we here? Probably a couple thousand away.
Yeah, we need about 3,000.
About 3,000. Yeah.
3,000.
You guys are using. We're using the medium pace on this one, so you're not as fast as like the Rise of the Rune Lords pace. That takes about a third of the experience points needed for every level away.
At least we're not slow pace.
Slow pace is for a super, super long campaign. It's handy for some things. I like everyone to have a sense that they're accomplishing. You know?
No worries. Just want to make sure I didn't miss out on something I should have been doing.
All right. So Baccae leads the way. And she moves forward. The door opens. First of all, she opens the door. It pushes inward, and the bell rings again. It's like a brass ship bell that's mounted to the back of the door, just like on a prong kind of thing. It's not a fancy bell device that's linked up to a whole bunch of strings or anything like that. Just simple. It's attached to the door moves, the bell rings. And there's no way to get at it from the side that you guys are on. So as she pushes the door open, the bell rings again, this time more loudly, kind of clangs.
All right. Note to self, open door super slow.
And 10, 15 feet in, the passageway banks back to down by where the sewer channel is. And there's about a foot of elevation between where the channel or the pathway is and down to the water level. And like I said, you still haven't determined how deep it is. The last time you were in a channel similar to this, it was about 4 feet deep below the water line. There is it's like an iron door, but it's not like the iron door that Arthur has in his basement. It's almost kind of like a ship's door, like a modern ship's door for sealing off water flow. This is kind of like If you went down to a seedy kind of, like maybe an underground gambling club, there's like an iron reinforced door that's squared off. You can see there's clearly a panel that can be shifted from the inside to open up an eye slit. There's nothing to indicate that there's like a knocker or anything like that. It's just a reinforced wooden door with iron panels, and then there's a closed wooden slit or a closed iron slit for somebody to be able to peer out. It looks like it also has like a reinforced lock.
We don't know any passwords from some other endeavor we did, like a keyword that was written down somewhere. I'm just guessing.
No, but you think if you're doing the math based on where sewer entrances are and stuff like that, if you go, like Arthur's got a rough idea of his neighborhood. If he knows underneath where the sewer grate is, where he's pretty much standing under it right now on the map. So I'll show you the map of his neighborhood. And we'll go back to the other map in just a moment. And for Alex, who wasn't here earlier, we will... where is the... There we go. Right here on the map is roughly where the... Can you see that ping?
Yep.
It's my new favorite feature. Roughly where the sewer grate is, up above.
Yeah, and that building, if I recall correctly, is the Blue Canary?
This building here is the Blue Canary.
Oh, okay.
This little area in here is a little sidebar, a little Zanzibar, a little kind of sell some stuff out the back of a cart kind of area. They've got a little tent cover over there for the festival goers. They've got a little window to the side for selling drinks for anyone who doesn't want to come inside. And then the actual pub itself is right here. And then there was a back room into this area here. Several of the buildings probably connect up interiorly. So you probably, if you had to guess, you're probably not that far away from that area. The Blue Canary, I don't know if Arthur's told them anything about what he learned at the Blue Canary. If indeed he learned anything.
What'd you learn?
I think people expect their piece of the pie, right?
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Does that mean they're owed something?
They were a bunch of gentlemen who said, it would be a shame if something happened to your new house.
Oh.
It'd be terrible, if a fire started or, God forbid, somebody threw a rock through your window or, it would be horrible. We can keep an eye out for it. Make sure that kind of thing doesn't happen.
Extortionist.
Arthur learned that...
I'll play by that game for now.
Yeah. Arthur learned that they were more than just a bunch of simple thugs, though, too.
Yeah, they're members of the Thieves Guild, weren't they?
They were.
Okay.
I'll play by their games for now.
Cost reasonable for civic insurance?
It's a bronze eagle for a month. It's not too bad.
Yeah. Let's see, what is the bronze? Which coin is that?
That's that's a D&D silver
silver.
piece. Yeah,
Okay. It's not so bad.
nothing crazy.
Otherwise, you might as well be taxed by the city nobility. Money goes somewhere.
Exactly.
So we think we're under there if you go through the door?
You're probably in the neighborhood.
And there's no reason to go back in there, is there?
I don't know.
Arthur?
Apologies, can you repeat what you asked me?
There's no reason for us to go back in that tavern through this door, is there?
There could be. There could be something very interesting beyond there, though it may not be the best idea to antagonize who may be beyond there, if there is anyone at all.
And when you say that, the eye slit slides open.
Speak of the devil.
Who are you?
A pigeon sent me on a wintry night. She winks at him.
He just laughs. Who's all down there?
Just the rest of the pigeons. I'll poke my head around. Wave at him.
Yeah, best not come around. It's, probably best to keep going, whichever way you're going, however you got in here. Although, got our suspicions.
I'm just looking at a skill maybe to use. Baccae will try a little diplomacy. Is that not the correct phrase? I was told we'd have special entrance. She looks at him disappointed, kind of pouts a little bit. And,
He says, McCurr, get over here and send the rum up to go see Akai.
Baccae?
Just hang tight for a couple minutes. Eye slit slams closed.
Okay.
Won't this be a hoot?
I assume everybody is listening to what's going on in the group, so.
I'm assuming so. Beyond where, you got like a long passageway that goes along the side of a sewer channel and then stops as the sewer channel runs diagonally to the southeast and vanishes out of sight.
It looks like you have to use the waders to get in the water there. I can't see off of my token too much.
Do you maybe want to put a light on you?
All right.
What sort of light can I interest you in?
Well, he's an elf, so a half elf. Let me see. I've got a light spell. I'll just toss it on me.
Okay. I think if I do that,
There we go.
There you go. When you put the light spell on, I'm gonna take them both off. I'm just curious about something. Take that one off. Can you see now?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, cool. That's neat. Okay.
Like, it looks very light spellish.
Awesome.
Interesting.
Okay, and then you also notice that to the east, on the opposite side of the secret door, there's a set of iron bars that go from roof down past the water level, probably down to the ground.
Next to Avis.
Next to Avis, yeah.
Okay.
And you've got a set of iron rungs that go up the wall to a manhole cover up above.
Gotcha.
It's not a solid manhole cover. It's if there was people standing above you right now, they could look down and see you guys.
Yeah, with the light spells, yeah.
Like a sewer grate, basically.
Yeah. So where are we trying to go?
I'm not sure.
Or just
I think you guys were.
above?
I think the idea was just to explore the sewers beneath the area of Arthur's house. I think the passage leads directly to Arthur's house is across the channel, and it's covered by a secret door, and it leads to those two. There was two chambers. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Saw that or did I? Was that in the video last time?
Yeah, it was in the video where the cockroach swarms were.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Arthur, you don't buy in a very nice neighborhood, do you?
I live next to thieves.
Well, at least you have sewer. I mean, I'll give you that.
All right, so the door opens, and there's two men. Each have like large battle axes, and Arthur, they're the two of the three guards that you saw come in this morning while you were over at the Blue Canary, and see a man's got a pint glass, a mug, and he's got a thin mustache, and his hair's. I don't think I ever physically described Baccae. He's got his hair slicked over, dark hair. He's probably about 6 feet tall. He's got a fairly fancy rapier on his hip with a silver dagger that denotes him as a ranking member of the Thieves Guild. He's got like kind of a fancy doublet that's got some like booze stains on it, like or maybe some like fat from a meat joint or something like that. It hasn't quite come out. You can tell it's been laundered a few times, but it hasn't. The stain hasn't quite cleared. And he's got a mug, and he's smoking, almost like a cigarillo at this point. And he's down into the and this chamber is low. It's 20 feet wide by about 15 feet across, and there's 4 stone pillars holding up the 10-foot tall ceiling. You've got a couple stone passageways that look like they were roughly hewn between other passages or between other like little basements that are professionally dug. And you can see a bunch of it's absolutely 100% contraband, like probably stolen items that are all kind of gathered around, just placed for storage around this area, around the walls and stuff like that. And Baccae is standing in the kind of in between the 4 pillars, and the two, we'll call them guards, are standing one in each of the 2 passageways. And Baccae says, I had my suspicions, so I told the gents to keep an eye for you. The fire? No coincidence. Curious about your surroundings, are you, young Arthur?
Very.
Well, you've come to the wrong place, but no need to be unfriendly about it.
I'll step out of the way so Arthur can step up.
You didn't know, and
Arthur will step up.
Yep.
There's no need for us to be at loggerheads. How familiar were you with the resident of your, the former owner of your home?
I'm aware that he was apparently a member of the Sorcerers Guild.
Yes,
and
yes.
That he had disappeared very recently, and that his house was rather cheap due to his proclivities.
I see. Yes. We had a something of a business arrangement with that gentleman, and The fact that his door abutted our door was fairly convenient for both parties. Perhaps we could come to some sort of an arrangement. You're curious about your surroundings, I see.
Please, you buy a house and you find there's an entire vault downstairs. How can you not be?
Precisely. These chambers here are off limits to those we don't know. I'd like to think that we're getting to know one another. Wouldn't you agree?
It would appear we are, Kai.
Beyond these chambers is a curious amalgamation of tunnels and other chambers that another group who were previous to the area were much less agreeable, and we saw to their demise. But in doing so, we've perhaps created a monster, so to speak. There's a byproduct of our work that we've been unable to deal with, but it hasn't bothered us as to this point. What sort of work do you do, Arthur?
Currently, I'm still looking for some. I believe I've mentioned that I've only recently arrived in Lankhmar. Only about a handful of months ago.
Well, I've got a fairly keen eye for talent. And I'd say that you and your friends probably have a pretty good set of skills. I'm not sure what sort of things interest you, but if there was perhaps a temple to a drowsy-eyed bat god beyond our halls, you may or may not be interested in exploring that place.
Does God have a name?
Runic writings are beyond me.
Name is Tim.
Tim. Nice to meet you, Tim.
The god's name.
Oh, the god.
It's a good name for a god.
Tim, yes. And your name, sir?
Oh, I wave at him. Zed.
Zed.
Glad to meet you.
It's good to meet you as well.
Does Avis know what it is?
Yeah, she rented the Temple of Shithakwa the day after you guys killed the priests.
Okay, so they're talking about Shithakwa.
Yeah. Unless you can think of another drowsy-eyed bat god.
Avis whispers Shithakwa.
Oh, I've heard that word before. I'm not sure what it means.
Gesundheit.
Must have been something I inhaled.
Their people weren't as amenable as you are. They were actually quite disagreeable. And there was an evening when myself and a group of men went and saw to it that they wouldn't be doing what they were doing at any point in the future. When I sent some men to make sure that our handiwork wasn't discovered several days later, I'm afraid that I might have been the cause of a problem. Several of the men went quite mad. I think only one actually recovered. So whatever our actions took that day caused, something seems to have arisen. Something most foul. So we took our measures to protect our little area here. There have been no incursions from beyond the passage. But for the simple price of 5 silver smerducks each, I could grant you passage through our halls and point you along the way to the door that leads to their complex. If that is something that interests you.
We step to the side real quick. I cast a spell to buff Baccae.
Okay.
And she'll step around after he says that and says, "Oh my, Silver Smurdoch for doing such a favor." She's going to put on a little bit of diplomacy and try to negotiate that price down.
Alrighty.
This is with the buff.
Okay, that's not horrible. Let me see what his sense of motive is here.
Oh, the motive is obvious. I want the price less.
You see what his sense motive is. All right. Three silver smerducks it is.
Perfect. I'll give him the 3.
It's a pleasure doing business.
Yeah, Baccae does one of those things. Thank you so much. Taps his arm, squeezes a little bit.
Okay. He gets it. He's pretty savvy to and when he's talking to, he's not just, he's eyeing you guys up. He's making his knowledge local checks, and he knows he's not dealing with ordinary rubes. You can tell that the 2 guards are easily as skilled as the guards that were with, or the sailors that were with Maria the night down at the docks. They look like they might have been from the land of the 8 cities, the northerners, the forest cities. They look like they're mercenaries of sorts, and that they're fairly skilled with those axes that they have. You also know that somewhere in this complex is a door to a bar full of thieves, probably at the disposal of his call. So he knows that you guys are dangerous. You know that he's dangerous. He gives you a smile and says, "Well, come this way." And he leads you. Let's put him on the map, shall we?
Ooh.
All right. So
he's wearing a COVID mask. Okay.
He does live in a sewer, so.
Yeah, I guess I would.
He doesn't have his mask on for this job. So he leads you through here, and then this area here, you can see it's almost like a vault to the north where one of the guards was standing, and it is like jam packed full of crates and other sorts of contraband, stolen items, that sort of thing. You got a very stout locked door to the north. Then you can see a light coming from underneath it, and then he leads you down into a hall. Like a large open hall, and from that hall, you get to like a passage that leads off to the west. This passage here, you notice, it's kind of goes back into the vaulted passage that at one point might have been. The same kind of sewer channel that you guys had just come out of. You also note that there is a line of silver, almost like a beaten bar of silver, like a thin sheet that goes all the way up and around the vault, and it starts just at where the curvature is on the left to the bottom of the curvature on the right. It engraved on the silver line. It's almost like a runner, but it goes along the ceiling. Are a bunch of various runes, and you guys can make knowledge arcana checks or knowledge religion checks.
And use detect magic. Just to kind of see.
Yeah. Okay.
Gonna cast your magics right in front of him.
Could I do it surreptitiously?
You're all kind of right there.
All right. Well then, what did you say? Detect. What was the skill check? Arcana.
Arcana. Yeah.
Arcana or religion.
Oh yeah, I'm super good at this.
All right, so everybody but Zed knows that is a warding line to prevent incorporeal creatures from crossing. It's
That would have been handy in the other dungeon, right?
it's a moderate abjurative effect.
Much trouble with ghosts?
Well, with our new neighbors, you never know. So the Sorcerers Guild owed us a favor.
Because they ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Yeah.
Be careful.
That's our cue to go down the hall, actually. Who's leading the way? Nobody says anything, Baccae will.
Yeah, I think it works.
Unless Luna, who's a wizard, wants to go down there.
I'm still like the tank in this party.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
When we hit a certain level, you can't have a 10th level wizard leading the party. He'll get one shot.
There's a door here, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like it was once part of their little area. It's just chained off.
So, going into it is not a good idea?
You can if you want. I mean, he tells you that the first door there, there's nothing in there, and we've chained that room off. But
Do you want me to go first?
if you break the chains, you have to refit them later.
All right, we'll follow Avis.
All right, so Ava's down a long passage that slopes.
I want to have the unseen servant go first with the torch.
Okay. Let's get the token for you.
And I'm still on the old map, I think, or I'm lost.
You're just not. You're back a ways.
Yeah,
You-
you're. Let me bring you over.
You're in the far distance.
I think you got caught on a door.
It's that pole arm of yours. You think you can fight from that far back, but
You got caught on a door, definitely. There we go.
what do we tell you about wearing wizard
Let's
robes?
see here. Letter tokens. U for unseen. Where are we?
Can't see him.
There we are.
Oh, there he is.
All right.
Now I can see him.
All the way down to a doorway that is locked. It's not chained up or anything like that.
Yeah, you said it had a torch, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so go ahead and apply that to there.
Yeah, let me do that.
You want to advance?
Effects.
Is that another door?
Yeah, looks like it is.
Torch? There we go. Can you see that now? Did that
Yeah.
make a difference?
Yeah, can see
Okay.
him at the end. But where Avis is that a door?
No, that's another sewer entrance to the top. Same with where Luna is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Those are rungs that lead up to.
And we'll let Avis move forward. Who is that? That's the door you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How do we want to do the door?
I think Baccae can open it within a couple rounds without doing
All right.
any damage to the door. There's no no alarm bells or anything like that. You come out of there to a passageway that leads east and west, but on a diagonal of sorts. And there's two ways to go. You can go across the channel at the bottom, or you can follow it to the northwest. To cross the channel looks like it opens up into a wide landing area.
Footprints and things?
Yeah. If you get who's good at survival?
Yeah, who's good at survival?
Naka.
Yeah.
So we have
Well,
nobody?
he's good at survival, but not at surviving.
Yeah. And isn't that what it's all about? Where's the party sheet? Does this show us skills? Survival. It looks like Avis is good at survival.
Avis. Who knew?
What?
Good is relative. You're the champion
Oh
of
yeah,
survival
I am.
compared
I
to
thought
everyone else.
I was looking at stealth and survival. I was like, I'm not good at survival.
Okay, you can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell that in the last. There's some muddy footprints here, but they're old. It's been a while since this has been traversed.
So they go east or they go
It looks like they go east, yeah, to the little. It's almost like a little opening. Kind of widens out a little bit. You've got
that's
this.
that T juncture, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here. Then there's another channel, another sewer channel that runs along there. There's another iron bar, and then it crosses. It's like a 5-foot area across the channel, and it goes down to the south.
All right. Which way do you want to go? Arthur, we're down here because of you. Where do you want to go?
You can if you shine your light. I don't know how much you can see, but feel free to put yourself in the space where the U is and take a look down.
Yeah. The U doesn't actually produce any light on my end, so I can't really see it.
Okay.
Well, put your mini there and you'll see.
Yeah, put your mini there.
Oh, down here.
Yeah, exactly.
On the U. Yeah.
I tried dragging the torch on the U and nothing happened.
Yeah. Ah, I see. Okay, so there's the spot. Sorry, can you explain exactly what we saw again?
Yeah, you get a passage that runs left and right, basically, but sort of on a diagonal. Where you are, it kind of opens up a little bit, and then it links up with the channel, probably the one that runs adjacent to the tunnel beneath your house, and it banks down to here, and then it keeps going to the south, and there's another channel that follows it to the northeast.
Yeah.
Or northwest, pardon me.
I was just about to ask that. From what I can see, was there anything interesting in this like channel heading to the left of us before we start heading down?
It goes for a pretty good distance, probably beyond the length of your lights, unless somebody can see over 100 feet.
No.
You can walk up there. I mean,
Well, if we go, yeah.
I think we should check it and then head south, just to see what our options are.
yeah,
Go
it
west.
would be a fairly simple to just take a little run and jump over that. You could probably make it, but yeah, if you want to check up the passage, that's fine.
All right. Well, the passage looks safe, so we'll walk down the passage just to see.
Okay, and now from where Baccae is, she can see that there is the passage runs. There's like a little bridge over the passage, and then it goes also to the south, the southwest a little bit.
Seems we've got a proper maze to explore.
All right. Well, I don't have to step foot and poop this way, so looking. Looks like it ends over here, or is this just the edge of the paper?
Yeah, it's just the edge of the paper. It goes for about another 200 feet, and then that edge that you're on stops. And there's probably a half dozen street entrances along the way. Some that you think might be probably north of like the Silver Eel and those neighborhoods.
Nothing too interesting. No detritus or anything on the floor that might be of interest.
No, it's definitely it's fairly cleaned up around here, so it's definitely maybe a different. You're past Carter Street anyway, that's for sure.
So
Anything
this is
Yeah, anything to the south of Zed and Baccae? Like this little corridor down here?
Yeah, you go down that corridor, and there's a little channel there, and it flows down to a drain of some sort. Goes down into the earth, and then also up ahead you see a passageway that banks off from this main vaulted passage that continues to the south. And then that passage looks like it banks down to the it goes to the west or to the east for about 10 feet, and then it starts to curve.
Let's stick to the wall. Oh, edge of the page?
Yeah, edge of the page. Keeps going. That long tunnel.
Okay.
Come to there. It looks like you come to a T intersection, and you can see a door and a sewer entrance right on the other edge.
Wait for folks to catch up, and we'll check the door.
Is that the door that we were just at?
No. Avis,
We'll find out.
are you going your own way, or are
Did they
you?
go the wrong direction?
No, they went up. They went up this
Hold on.
way.
Yeah, let me find you and lead you in.
Oh, they went up instead of
Yeah, they
down?
went
Okay.
up instead
They were
of
talking
down.
about jumping across. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, we jumped
But they
across.
they tried the other way instead.
We went this way. Hold on, follow
Okay.
me. I'll lead you over.
Just
Follow the
pick the
light.
way. I didn't want to step.
Listen,
I didn't
you
want
move
to.
over here.
Yeah, didn't want to risk a acrobatics check.
Map around.
You going with them, Luna?
Yeah, I'm lost.
Okay. I'll move you over here. It was up this way. And then down this way.
We've got a door. Pick the lock. Take your time.
This is not locked.
Oh, open it super slowly.
Okay, so this door,
Yes, it creaks loudly.
this door is a wooden door. It looks like it's pretty new. Like it was placed here within the last maybe year or so. Doesn't look like it's seen a ton of use. Simple pull ring. There doesn't seem to be any sort of clasps or anything like that. Looks like it pushes or pulls.
Well, it's a pull ring. Let's try and pull it.
Okay, it pulls open fairly quietly. Nothing crazy. I'm going to get a perception check from everybody, please. Not bad.
Considering she has absolutely no bonus.
Terrible.
All right. So look in,
That was profession.
and there is it's like a thin carven pillar of whether it's wood or stone, but it's definitely covered in like a light colored plaster. And it runs from the floor to the 15-foot high vaulted ceiling. The it looks like there's like specially tiled floor that is gray and maybe like a beige color. It's hard to tell down here you get the magical light and you've got the torch and then the dark vision. Everything's kind of mulling over one another, but there's like a almost like a gray and a taupe tile, almost in a checkerboard fashion. And each of the pillars spaced about 10 feet apart from one another, except for two in the middle where the room bends in kind of like a corner shape, or like almost like an L, I guess. And from there, you can, from where Baccae was, just pulling the door open and looking in, right in this area here, as I go to the ping mode, there is a rather large wooden statue. You think it's wood. It looks like wood. It's painted. Of a seated, pot-bellied, kind of like bat-headed entity with it's got like painted fur on its belly, and its eyes are carved to where they're just like half open, and they're painted white on the open part. And it's about
magic.
It's about 8 feet tall.
Oh.
You're detecting magic. You're not specifically seeing anything magic, but Baccae can hear. And then when you guys get a little closer, the whispers. It's definitely whispers. It sounds like a dozen people whispering to one another. in a language that you're not familiar with, or maybe no language whatsoever. It's kind of maddening.
Let me see something here.
And when you're peering into the room, you're kind of casting your spells and you're detecting magic, and you can see like the shadows of a shape seem to coalesce. There are two bodies on the floor, right next to it, to the left and to the right. I'm going to make sure that these aren't identified. There is one large creature. It looks like
It's like an unidentified creature.
it looks as though there was some sort of round rubbery mass, and it's got like 4 misshapen legs atop the mass. It's kind of like bulbous, like the statue, but instead of crossed arms over top of its belly, and then a head, it's got no head. It's got what looks like might be a mouth, but it's got like these long tendrils that are kind of just starting to coalesce. And there's 2 bodies, skeletons, or skeletal now. It looks like they, not completely skeletal. Let's say that they are in the process of deep decomposition. And you can tell by the way that they're armored, and there's a couple, you can see like a dagger. You can see like a sword laying on the floor off to the side, maybe starting to rust a little bit, covered in some dust. You can tell that they might have been like thieves or adventurers or bravos or something like that. And they're laying just to the left and to the right of this creature. And you can hear the echoes of the whispers growing louder. I'm going to get initiatives from everybody.
We hear whispers, they're getting louder.
Yes.
Is that coming from the statue or from elsewhere?
It seems to be echoing throughout the chamber.
That's probably the worst outcome.
Intelligence check.
Yeah, you can give me let's do an initiative first, though.
Oh, is that
Do I-
initiative? I'm sorry, intelligence check.
Do I do one
My
initiative or
brain
2?
found it.
Yeah, let's do 2, because Baccae kind of...
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Avis, nice one.
I did. I'm not supposed to go first.
Let's see here. What did Avis get for a perception? You gave me a perception check, or profession.
Oh, I did give you profession.
Yeah, let's do perception.
Try that again.
I imagine you have
Yeah.
more ranks in perception
Yeah.
than profession.
Profession, Tomb
No, believe it
Whisperer.
or not. No.
All right, let's see here. Let me see what this creature's...
Because perception's not a class skill.
All right. Okay, so you guys can clearly see this creature. It clearly has the hallmarks of like a shadow. Those things that you encountered in the halls of Jazadrun. It has that same kind of ethereal quality to it. It seems to coalesce just as you are gathering yourselves. Avis, you are the first to act. If you want to You can give me a knowledge religion check if you want.
Yes.
She says, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, this
What an oblivion is that?
this sort of abomination, obviously you've not encountered before. It probably is something like the shadow that you encountered. You know for a fact that it's incorporeal, which a lot of times means it's undead. Beyond that, you really don't know what to make of it. Or if you're misidentifying it.
Totally could be. I suppose I could just try hitting it with my sacred weapon and see what happens.
All right. So Avis moves in quickly enough that the reach of the creature does not draw an attack of opportunity. So there's that.
All right.
That is a hit. All right. So slashing and magic, yes, you do half damage from... Yeah, perfect. Okay, so your blade, because of your connection with Yita, it managed to find some sort of purchase in the amorphous kind of mist of the creature. But if that was the man, you've made of hewn him in two. Do you have any other tricks up your sleeve?
No.
All
I'm just trying to
right.
hit next.
It might be different. There's a little green
Because I hear
arrow.
the next actor, but it's not.
Oh, you know what? Because I didn't flag on you. There we go.
Okay. There you go.
All right. Cool. I like these new colors and stuff. Arthur!
This thing's incorporeal. That is less than good.
Do you have knowledge religion?
I plan to take it later, but not this level.
What sort of knowledge
no
skills
links
do
yet.
you have?
I currently only have Arcana trained so far.
Okay. Well, this goes beyond any sort of like magical training that you might have encountered.
Suppose the only thing I can really do... I have an option, but I want to see if... I want to test to see if this thing knows... I imagine I don't know if it's undead or not, or if it has a mind.
He's probably not that far off from... It has the same physical qualities of those shades that you encountered in Jazzadream, whether it's a specific creature, some other sort of entity, something else that your magic might affect. You don't know.
Before I resort to magic, because it is limited, I want to see if it can feel normal fear first. And if it doesn't, I'm going to have to start pulling out the magic. I would like to try and demoralize it real quick.
Okay, it is immune.
My little taunts do not seem to sway it at all.
No.
With that now known, Arthur is going to stand safely behind Baccae right here, and he's going to go ahead and prepare a few spells next time, as he's going to have to start pulling out his backup weapon.
All right. From the other side of the room, the darkness, out of the shadows, your lights cast another creature. This looks like was once a man. It's dark, and it's like the shadows that you encountered in Jazadrune, but it's different. It doesn't have the same kind of cold energy to it. It's got kind of more of more like the whispers of powerful hate, and you've got you can now hear like the whispers are echoing through the room. You're looking at everybody within 60 feet is going to give me which will be everybody, I think, is going to give me a will save.
Is this fear?
No, it is not.
It is not fear. Okay.
Okay, so that is fine.
Is that a sonic ability?
Cool.
It is.
Ugh.
I'll take a +4.
Arthur is not having fun here.
Okay. Baccae, too.
You said
Lose.
will, right?
Yes, will save. Okay. So the creature kind of moves forward and stops right about there. And did we get a... Yeah, so Zed... you can feel Baccae kind of just like drawn to it, almost like she's kind of gaping at it, slack-jawed. Avis, we need to get a will save from.
Yes.
Okay, so fascinated is Arthur and Baccae. So let me throw that effect on Arthur and Baccae, which means basically you just stand and watch. And I'm going to get Arthur and Baccae to roll 2d4 for me. So 4 and 4. All right, Arthur.
We get hypnotic patterned.
Basically, you just kind of you've never seen anything like this. You don't know if it's fear that's holding you in place, or curiosity, or some sort of magical tenuous link.
I'm familiar with fear, but this is different.
This is different. This is holding you closer. This is like it's almost got you frozen motionless, but you can still able to move your limbs.
What a fascinating experience.
The next creature, the round a babbling form of great tentacles and gaping maw manifests from the shadows. So this creature, let's see here. Lashes out with its incorporeal tentacles and its bite. Oh, Avis. Okay. It goes right through your armor, and you can feel the cold touch of the ethereal tendril brush against your skin. I'm going to get you to roll 4-sided dice. I'm going to get you to roll 2 will saves first. The DC is 15. It's 14, pardon me.
It
At
was,
8?
Avis.
What to do?
You have to roll two will saves for me.
Two of them.
Two of them, yes. As these tendrils brush against your skin through your armor. One, you're fine. Okay. You overcome these maddening whispers that are starting to ring out in your ears. You're too willful to fall prey to them. But you think that maybe Arthur and Baccae might not be so lucky. Zed.
Okay, was I supposed to scale the acid spell? I only have 2d3 in there.
Yeah, I think once because you took a level of something else.
Well, I'm level 4, level 1. So
What level? What's your highest level spell that you can cast? Second, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 2d.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna.
It scales every odd level, doesn't it? Was
Yeah.
The idea.
Yeah.
It depends. When your spell level goes up, that's when it scales. So when you cast third level spells, it's 3d6, 3d3.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna see if this is a concentration spell. So I'm casting acid splash on unidentified.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Okay. I guess Baccae is doing that.
Let's give them names. Anybody have knowledge religion?
Yes. But
Okay.
I was gonna wait for my turn unless you want me to do it now.
Yeah. Well, I think you're up next anyway.
All right, I've done what I can. If she's fascinated, there's no save on her turn, right? Oh no, her turn's at the end. I'm done.
So there's knowledge religion.
You rolled 4 for her initiative. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So
I know
Asami.
what that is.
Yeah, these are. Sometimes you've heard stories of when somebody's either commits suicide or is forced to kill themselves or something like that. The people in your village called it a babbling specter, but you know it as an alep.
Okay.
It's an incorporeal undead creature whose touch can cause madness.
So Samuel will say, "Don't let it touch you." She'll take a move action to withdraw her flute from her Mary Poppins bag.
All right.
Standard action to begin a bardic performance. It's counter song to hopefully give our folks that fell for that stuff a new save.
Very nice.
So she will play a flute, perform wind, and I believe that is your new save. If I read this correctly.
You are correct.
Okay. Perform wind. Let's break some wind. Well, it's not terrible, but
No, that's enough. It's enough to break the effect.
Yep.
Very nice. So the flute overtakes the sounds of the whispering madness that's going on. It seems to be echoing.
It has a lingering performance of 3 rounds.
Excellent.
So, okay. Meaning, if I do a different performance next round, the lingering one takes over. I stopped it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, it goes for 3 rounds. This one plus you can do another one later on.
So I described what I did and rolled, but do I need to target anybody and click on it so it's tracking it in the tracker, or how do we want to work that?
I think I could just get rid of the fascinated effect.
Okay. Well, I'm marking off one use. There you go. I think. Here it is, effect. I'll put it on myself so that we track the lingering thing.
Okay, great.
There we go. Yeah, this we could do that on everybody. What's the harm, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Luna's polymorphing over there.
Luna's got something going on.
Target friendlies.
Are you preparing to become giant Luna?
I don't know. You just have to wait for it, Arthur. Don't spoil the show.
Oh, ginormous.
It didn't mark what the result was of that roll.
That's okay. That's enough
Yeah.
to beat it.
Okay. And that's it.
Your raw roll is enough to beat it, I think. All right. Luna. Large person.
And then she
Giant
runs
wolf.
away.
Is that not a full round spell?
I think it is, yes. So you can do that in a 5-footer. All right. Baccae snaps out of it.
No longer fascinated.
No longer fascinated. The piercing sound of the flute jabs in her ear, and she comes back around.
Pleasant.
She looks at you irritated. All right. I guess one action to pull the bow out, and one shot at our friend Philip backwards.
All right.
Aelip.
Pila.
Ooh. I guess she's still fascinated. Dook.
All right, Avis.
Well,
We lose you, Avis?
no, I'm reading,
She's got
seeing
she's
how
got,
much damage I want to throw at this thing.
she's got something up her sleeve.
Avis noticed. Didn't Avis discover these things were undead? Who discovered them?
Avis. Avis knows that they're undead. Thinks she knows that they're undead. No, it was for sure Asami knows that they're undead.
All right, I'm a channel.
Okay.
Tell me how many I have to do. I can do 2. Sweet. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Target. Summon target. Target. Target.
Do we have a I don't think we have this properly done here. Yeah, we do. Okay. Okay, they both fail. So they take full damage from your fervor. Okay, so that partially resisted's not
Yeah, I'm like, that shouldn't partially resist.
Fantasy Grounds always does turn resistant. Instead of giving them a bonus to their savings throw, it takes off their damage for some reason. And it's always been. So 3 more points. So 5 to Philip. And 10 to the tendril monster. Total. All right. Arthur.
Considering that performance, I wonder how much more threatening the smaller Aelip is. So I might want to focus on getting the larger one, that the tendril-looking one, out of the way first. I'm gonna go ahead and point a few magic missiles his way, and just get rid of this problem.
All right.
With not too bad as 2 darts go flying into it and do some solid damage, actually being unresisted as a force effect. This one is.
I think you get 1 more missile, my friend.
I do not actually. My evocation spells are cast at caster level minus. I lose a caster level for
Gotcha.
evocation and transmutation spells.
All right, good to know. Excellent.
Yeah, that's why I have the lack of missile. And
Alright.
with that, I am going to take a. I'm gonna move a little bit. I'm gonna move here.
All right. So those two, what do they look like? Your magic missiles.
Considering the fact that I got them just from the, I straight up know them from the, what's it called? The spell pages that we got from, I imagine that since I got them from there, they look like the bog standard, like, just little blue darts of, like, arcane force. They, imagine they don't look very special considering the nature of how I got them.
Okay.
They may pick up some small elements of Arthur's nature later on, but I'm imagining right now they look a little more standard.
Okay. And they bite into the creature, and its mouth is kind of like on the top of his head, and it's kind of like wildly gesticulating, and the whispers are just. If it weren't for Asami's flute keeping everyone grounded, those whispers might be overwhelming. So this guy.
Oh, I need to my spell.
Floats up to Zed and reaches out a hand to like cup his face. He says, "Come with me, brother. Come with me. I will show you the way."
No.
In the common tongue. And the whispers in your
Okay.
ear. "Come with me, brother. Come with me, brother. I will show you the way."
I say it in French. I say it in English. I say it in Spanish. No.
This guy. Full whale on Avis, who's taking it on. Mano a mano. Let's see here.
It's Mono, a dwarf.
She is critically hit. No, hit not confirmed.
Yeah. A high armor.
These are touch attacks though.
Oh. Wow.
Not being treated as touch for some reason.
Oh, I think the confirm roll was a 2. So
No, I've got a 19 here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, for me it says 18.
Yeah. Is that that doesn't beat your touch attack?
Yeah, your touch should be far lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Let me have a look here.
Yeah, it's 12. Looks like. So, yeah. So it just crit me?
Let's see here. Touch attack 12. Yeah, I don't know why that
That's concerning.
it says hit
Well, because
crit
the
not
first critical
confirmed.
threat shows me it's a 1. Because I see it twice on
Okay,
here.
so we got a touch full attack 6. No.
There was a
that's
9,
the bite.
6, 19, 1,
Ni-
18.
So the 19 is the critical threat.
And then there's a
And
1.
the 18 should be the
No, the one isn't the one.
Yeah,
the
I
one?
see a 1.
19 followed by a 1.
Yeah.
yeah, but there's 2 tentacles. And then it says
But the 1 is the crit threat.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's the one below.
18 is the crit.
Oh.
yeah, it says
Yeah,
full
that's
and then
not
it
what
says
shows for me.
confirm.
It's weird. The labeling is weird for me.
Yeah, it says full
Yeah.
It's backwards. then.
confirm.
It's
It's
a
like you-
strange. It's a strange
Yeah.
roll order. Yeah.
Yeah, the 18 is
Okay.
the crit.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter. It
that's just
doesn't do
weird.
any extra. I'm going to get a will save from you.
Yeah. That's just weird how it threw it out there.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, attack number 2.
Because it was trying to do all your attacks at once, and then throw in the crit success in the middle, or the crit attempt in the middle.
Let me just double check that. That's a miss. Yeah, got that. The bite was a miss for sure. Tentacle full was a 20, was a critical threat. Tentacle
Yeah,
full
it's-
number 2 was a 1.
Yeah,
that
it
was
is-
a miss. Yeah, I got.
Yeah, it's just
I
it
got.
laid it out weird.
I've got.
Does Ava not get your performance for save?
she does. If it's a sonic, it's the
It's the
No,
sonic
the
effect.
the tentacle. It's an incorporeal touch attack.
right. It wouldn't be for that. It's for the sonic effect.
It's a touch of madness.
Yeah. If
I'm
it's
pretty
language
sure that's a
dependent, it's good.
critical hit. So I think it's. Can you roll a d4 for me, Avis? You want to roll low.
D4. Woo. I rolled a 1.
Okay, so that's 1 point of wisdom damage. So next to your wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Got it.
All right. And it kind of floats.
Don't crits double your dice?
Not in this case.
Oh,
It
this,
does.
oh,
There's
this is a wisdom save attack. Okay.
yeah. There's another effect that it has, but just the weird way that it read it.
It's not like energy drain where okay. It's a save that does
It is, but it's got like a special effect. That I'm just gonna bypass it for now because I don't know if I'm reading this right or not. So, Zed, and then it kind of it's all around the pillar. It's
Bravely reposition myself.
Okay.
And then I cast. They're both doing touch attacks, right?
Yes.
Okay, so no reason casting armor. I will bravely cast Acid Splash. And then bravely move my turn forward.
I will say mage armor will help force effects
Yeah. Well.
with your touch against
Oh.
the specific against incorporeal. That's why
Ah,
magic missile did full damage.
Yeah.
Shit.
Mage armor and
should've-
dexterity.
All right, I should have put mage armor. I'll do it then.
Lingering performance go to protect y'all from the sonic attack. Then start a new bardic performance. That's a standard action, and it's going to be what y'all are familiar with. And inspire courage. So go get them, team. And this to differentiate the performances, she'll just speak it and like perform oratory, and that's where she'll recite like encouraging y'all, like everything she knew about this creature with her knowledge check. Of whatever it was, 20 something.
Thought you were reading bumper platitudes to us or something.
Yeah.
Hang in there, cat.
Yeah, we can defeat this creature. This is what it is. This is its everything I know with that 29 knowledge check. So go get him, team. And I will with great skill and bravery move right here. So I think everybody got the. Yeah, it looks like counter song, inspire combat. It all seems to have gotten to everybody. So yay.
Giant Luna.
Giant Luna.
A magic weapon there? I hope you do.
Ooh.
Luna
I
plunges
guess I
her.
haven't been big in a long time. I don't have big damage.
Okay. I think it's what is it? It's
D6 or something.
what is a normal long spear? D8.
Yeah.
So 2d6, I think.
Okay. So let's see.
You have a long spear, correct?
Yeah.
6,
That's
9. Okay. There's the damage. I threw it somewhere else.
Okay.
Doesn't D8 become D10?
And then
2d6.
the crit. So 30.
Okay. So let's see here. Don't know if that affects it.
I
Yeah, your weapon is your weapon magical?
Let me see here.
don't have any magic weapons.
Therefore, it does nothing, I think.
I think what we've been doing is I've been allowing you, like if you put like a light spell or some kind of magical effect on your weapon, to use it as a magical weapon, just because in this campaign magical weapons aren't that prevalent.
Oh, okay.
You have been using light spells, so if you want to put that on your spear, we can put
Okay.
put magic on your spear. There we go. D4 piercing magic.
Does that damage roll include?
So
it should include inspired courage. Right?
yeah, but what happens is because it's incorporeal, it's immune to critical effects. So 15 would be 7 points of damage to Alep. I believe it was who we were attacking.
Womp, womp, womp.
Was the Alep or the Odiug Alep?
The Alep.
Okay, so 7 points. Still, that blow would have felled a man, but due to the bizarre nature of these creatures. Baccae.
All right. Well, Baccae realizes the bow's going to do no good, so switches out for the what's this thing called? The scabbard of vigorous drawing. So she pulls out, does a 5 foot, and swings. She's going at +1, so she gets 10 rounds.
So she draws out from what looks like a dagger at her side. It's actually a great sword.
Just keeps pulling and pulling until it's an anime-sized sword. And
That is a hit.
hey! All right.
Yep, and it did the perfect.
And then she does one of those kick actions that does nothing but looks good in anime.
Avis.
All right. Well, the thing is still here. Let me make sure I clear my targets. Swing again.
There's a hit. Yeah, and that is correct. Seemed to draw some power from you when it sapped your will ever so slightly. Arthur.
I want to finish off the big one, but I'm worried that I won't kill it. And if I don't kill it, then we'll still have these two to deal with.
Both
So
look
it
pretty
might be safer
robust
to
at this
smaller
point.
one. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna target 2 more missiles at the smaller.
Okay.
Why am I not? There we go. At the There we go. I wasn't toggled in the thing real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna fire 2 missiles at the smaller one because I feel like it has a greater chance of felling the beast than the bigger one.
Okay.
And a bit rough. Probably didn't.
No, not quite. Although it does kind of tear into the fabric of the creature.
That's a mighty shame. Well, I've done all I can do, I suppose.
This one seems focused on Zed. Reaches out.
Oh,
Listen to me, I can show you the way.
tempted. I'm tempted.
The Otiug. Let's see here. Who's there to there. And let's see here. Surrounding Avis. Let's see.
It likes to think that 17 misses.
Yeah. It is a touch attack, though. And then 17 hits. Maybe it's just the way it's coded, incorporeal touch.
Yeah, maybe they just aren't.
Oh,
done
you know
correctly.
why? Because it says touches instead of touch. So I'm going to get 2 more will saves from you, Avis.
Jeez, goodness.
Yeah, when it says touches, it's not reading that as a touch attack because it's plural.
Okay.
So that's why. It's just a syntax thing.
Yep. So you need 2 saves?
2 will saves, please.
Okay. Yeah.
Please don't get all of your will drained away.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
You
You
good?
good?
Good. And you're good.
Okay.
All right, good.
All right. It's the right person to tank this. Zed.
I cast defensively. What do I need to cast?
What do you need to roll?
It's 15 plus. It's a concentration check. 15 plus spell level. Or
Yep.
is it
Alright.
15 plus spell level or twice spell level?
2 times the spell level. 15
times spell
plus
level.
twice.
2 times.
So first level spell will be DC 17. Second level spell will be DC 19.
Alright, so it's my concentration.
Your concentration check is equal to your caster level plus your ability score modifier for the whatever you cast as.
Okay,
So it's gonna be
so
charisma for you.
alright, so it's my caster level, which is 4 for this, plus 4 for the it's
Yeah.
8.
Concentration check should be right on the sheet, so it should do it for you.
Alright. Should be on the spell.
If you're worried about casting defensively, you might be able to just take a step back.
Maybe he wants to
I-
touch it.
want to cast on
Oh, you want to touch that?
Baccae. Actually, I want to cast on me. You know what? I will do that. I will protect me since he's interested in me. I will take a 5 foot and I will put mage armor on myself in a very brave way. It's not in any way cowardly. And that's it for me.
So it stands to reason if you cast a spell and it deals damage, that is by nature magic damage, right?
Yes.
Spells do half damage to incorporeal creatures.
Yeah. Force effects do full damage.
Okay, well, it's better than 0 damage, and that's all I got for damage dealing. For this thing, I mean, I could chuck it with mundane weapon at it, but that wouldn't do anything. Since I got the 2 buffs going still, target you. That didn't work. Here we go. And I will call it a shady coward. You took the coward's way out, and look where it took you. Set you. That is biting words. That's supposed to hurt its fifis.
Okay.
I have to do the touch attack first. I rolled damage. I got ahead of myself. The words hurt its fifis.
Let's see. Is it yeah,
Touch attack.
touch attack? Yeah, it does.
Will you count that damage, or I need to re-roll it?
Oh, that's damage, or is that the?
I roll a d6.
Oh,
clicked
okay,
the
I got.
damage right
Oh,
at
I
the
gotcha.
attack.
I was
Yeah.
doing something else.
But
Yeah.
if you want me to re-roll
No,
it,
that's good. That it kind of dissipates.
So I mean, it's not much, but it's better than 0 damage. So, and I
And-
think this spot here looks tactically sound.
I mean, it's not much better than it killed the thing.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it.
Yeah, it
Well,
dissipates.
Well, I don't need to move there then. I,
It's a good leadership position.
yeah. I do need to move there. Not all. And well, let's finish this one off. Now, the knowledge check I rolled was for the owlet, not for this tentacle thing. That's a different knowledge.
Yeah, this is also an Alep. This is
Oh,
just.
they're both.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
this is like this is a manifestation of maybe the statue, but it's not like fully formed, and there's tentacles coming off of it instead of like arms, humanoid arms.
Okay.
Luna hits. So 7 points.
Yeah.
So it eats into the. It's gaining from whatever it's doing to Avis. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't gain those because it didn't drain any will. So hang on, that's 7 points. Okay.
Yeah, it's only drained 1 total will
So-
from Avis. So
Yeah. So I was giving it temporary hit points every time it hit her. So I'll stop doing that.
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's actually got to drain the will. It drains your wisdom. Then it gets temporary hit points. Anything else, Luna? The spear bites into it and it causes some harm. Looks like it's about 2/3 of the way.
Oh, that's it.
Okay. Baccae.
Kai does a twirl, overhand, slam, and
As a hit.
brings it into its. Oh, is it still up?
It is still up.
Wow. Okay. And then parkours off its head, lands on the ground.
Avis. It's starting to discorporate.
Then I smack it again. 'Cause it seems like this is potentially working out in my favor.
It is a hit.
Okay.
And with a rush, the last whispered words fall just as the effects of Asami's flute kind of fade. So too does the susurrus of the maddening whispers. And the temple grows quiet.
Well, do they leave anything? Any crystals, magic? The bodies to
no.
detect magic on the dead?
They do not. The 2 dead bodies that you see here look like they might have been thieves. One of them has you see a couple long swords scattered on the floor. They're decent weapons. It doesn't look like they're anything special. But fetch a fair price at a weapons store. Under one of the bodies is looks like he fell where his dagger fell, and there's a masterwork silver dagger beneath him. Over in the other corner near the top, where you guys haven't gotten to, you can see the body of a man slumped up against the wall, his throat clearly cut, and he kind of resembles the specter of the smaller Alep. He's wearing
silver dagger.
wearing black robes, over the hood pulled back. Guy's got like wild, disheveled hair. It looks like it had been dead for about a couple months, so the skin is all shrunken and kind of his face is all kind of like sucked in from decay, and the you can tell that he's got some kind of it looks like some sort of maybe a prayer book off to his side, and then there's a silver ring that looks like it might fetch you some money. And
Not magic.
Not magic at all. And it's just kind of like a wedding band kind of ring. But not on his wedding band, whatever finger they wear it on in Lankhmar. It is on his thumb. And the prayer book is it's called the Hymns of Chautauqua, and it's just a bunch of. It's basically just madness. how
Can you
anyone.
tell how long they've been down here dead?
Yeah, he's been dead longer than the two thieves. It looks like he's been dead. Well, let's get some heal checks here. Who's our forensic scientist? Yeah, you say that he's been dead probably about maybe 3 months, give or take. Probably going back to around the start of the new year. Whereas these other two guys have probably only been dead about a month.
And you mentioned the silver daggers they have. Are those the same daggers that the Thieves Guild has?
Yeah, one is one had a silver dagger like that, and it was actually a. I'll throw this in the party sheet.
Because I would actually like to pick that up.
Yeah, it's definitely a Thieves Guild silver dagger.
If nobody else is in need of it, I definitely would like to take it.
Well, yeah, absolutely. It sounds like there was only one, not each one.
Yeah, there was only one.
Okay, go for it.
I am trying to drag it over.
That statue, the gaudy painted statue, it's not magical, is it?
It is not.
Speaking of the statue, has it gone quiet?
Yeah, and it wasn't the whispers were from these two creatures.
Are there any, and just to cover our bases, were there any like coin on the thieves and the third man?
Yeah, let's roll some dice for that, shall we? Let's see here. Let's go with 8 silver smearducks, so 146. And
Speaking of which, we're gonna have to split that at some point. That's been in that party sheet for a while.
it's been in the party sheet for a while. 21 bronze eagles, so 23. Yeah, let's see what we've got for iron ticks between the two of them. Three iron ticks. And 4 gold rilks. That's not bad. All right. And they have like personal effects, like set of marked playing cards. One of them's got like a porcelain tooth in his pocket. That kind of stuff. Just little personal effects.
Baccae wants the playing cards.
I thought you were going to say porcelain tooth.
So
Jeez.
it's odd that these three individuals were down here and dead, and
Yeah, well, based
spawned
on
and undead. So what?
based on what Akai told you, he told you that him and some of his men murdered. He didn't say it outright. He murdered this priest, and this priest resembled the Alep
Okay.
risen, and then these two rogues, they weren't killed by like any kind of physical damage that you can see. And you rolled the 20 on your knowledge check, so you know that an Alep, once it drains you of all your will, makes you completely mad. It basically sends you into a point of unconsciousness. And they probably starve to death while they're unconscious.
So you just basically died to the lack of will to live.
They basically had
Are highly dehydrated.
Yeah, exactly. They probably died like 3 or 4 days later, as the when they rest for a day, they get a point of will back, and then the Alep would just drain that from them. So they basically died because no one came to look for them. There is signs in here that there were other people, and Akai did tell you that several of the other people haven't quite recovered from their experience.
Nothing behind the statue.
No, nothing behind the statue. Nothing. In the prayer book, there is a little tag on the inside cover that says the reality wrinkle.
Well, let's read that. Or is that from where it came, or what? I don't understand.
Let's get a knowledge local, specifically from you, Zed.
Okay.
Okay.
I roll to help him.
Yeah, sure. You spent enough time in Zed's neighborhood to maybe have come upon that set of words. Yeah, you, that's enough. 20 was the DC. Think that there might be a bookstore in the Marsh District called that, the Reality Wrinkle.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Not. But my character does, and she says so.
Yeah, there's like a whole street full of them. A couple of like esoteric bookshops that you've passed by. It's mostly just hokum, just basically con men, charlatans trying to make a buck off of the Street of the Gods. You know, people superstitious. Oh, this book will give you magical powers and that kind of stuff. You could tell with your abilities that there wasn't anything to a lot of these claims, but there's several stores in rapid fire succession, one next to the other, that sell books of this kind of sort.
I read through some of the passages. It doesn't trigger any of my dreams.
You read through some of the passages, it doesn't trigger your dreams, but you get like an oddly crawling sensation that there's a familiarity to it, and we'll pick it up there next time.
And we didn't level.
Let's have a look here.
I hope those 2 Aleps were worth 5,000 billion XP. I somehow doubt it, though.
We did other stuff.
Yeah.
Darn.
You got some experience points to it. 2109, over 1,000 for that one.
Okay.
2 more to go.
I can't wait to hit level. I can't wait to hit level 6 in midway through April. That'd be great.
Yeah, you're probably within 1 or 2 sessions away, I would say.
And, oh yeah, let me look at my calendar. I am traveling 2 weeks, but not the 25th. Okay, so that should be good.
All right, excellent.
All right, good game. Sorry I was late.
That's okay. No, glad you made it. Good game, everybody.
I like the new setup.
Yeah, I'm glad the room held up.
Yeah, everything seems to be running.
Yeah, I think we're going to be fine.
I'm getting no sound from the dice or anything, so I got to figure that out.
Let me see if I get any. Yeah, I got it.
I hear it.
Yeah, I've been getting them.
Okay.
All right. Maybe it's well, obviously it's on my end. I'll figure it out. Cool.
All right, excellent.
All right.
All right, guys and girls, have yourself a good night.
I only lost 1 point of a stat today.
Yes, 1 point, and it's damage, not drain, so it comes back on its own tomorrow.
Yeah, you didn't get completely crippled this time.
Yeah, the critical hit was supposed to do 1 extra point of drain, as opposed to another D4 of damage.
Okay.
But we're okay.
It's confusing.
All right, everybody.
All
All
right.
right, have a good one.
Night.
Night.